Hey, how's it going? This is Johnny.Mendez from Long&Foster here in Falls Church. I just want to briefly explain why you would want to use a real estate agent nowadays. So you might be thinking, I have Realtor.com, I have Trulia, I have Zillow, I have Redfin. It's easier than ever to buy a home on my phone. And that's absolutely true. Just because it's convenient doesn't mean it's the best option. There's 3 situations in which you would want to use a real estate agent. 1, when you're buying a property. 2, when you're selling a property. And 3, when you're renting. And I'm going to go through each one of these situations and give you several reasons why you would want to use a real estate agent as opposed to trying it on your own or not even using an agent to begin with. The first situation in which you would want to use a real estate agent is when you're buying a home. Let's take 2 scenarios. We have person A and person B. Person A doesn't want to use a real estate agent, and person B does use an agent. Let's say a good deal goes on the market. Who do you think is going to hear about the good deal first? The person with the agent or the person without the agent? Obviously, the person with the agent will know about the deal first. The reason being, all these sites, Zillow, Redfin, Trulia, are based off the MLS, which is the central database between agents. And when you're working with an agent, you're going to be getting data directly from the MLS, not from a third-party site. So you're getting the information faster. Things don't last long if they're good deals. Why you would want to use a real estate agent when you're buying a home is it doesn't cost you anything. 99.99% of the time, the commission is paid by the seller. The seller offers up, 6, 7, 5, 4% commission, whatever it may be, and it's split between the listing agent and the buyer's agent. So you're getting all these services absolutely free. Another reason to use a real estate agent when buying a home is professional guidance. A real estate transaction is quite complicated. There's lots of moving parts. There's mortgage lenders, there's home inspectors, there's appraisers, there's other agents. You're competing against other buyers. You're going to want an agent that's familiar with what's going on and can guide you through the whole process. You're going to get someone that's going to act on your behalf 24 hours of the day, again, for free. So why not use an agent when buying? The second situation in which you would want to use a real estate agent is when you're selling property. Let me preface this by saying that you definitely can sell your home by yourself. However, over 80% of for sale by owners actually end up going with an agent within 2 months. Reason being is it's not as easy as it sounds. If it were that easy, real estate agents wouldn't have been around this long. Once you declare that you're for sale by owner, every agent in the market sees you as potential business. You're going to be receiving phone calls from agents looking for your business. You're also going to be responsible for marketing your property, showing your property, getting it ready to sell, making any necessary fixes. Another reason to use a real estate agent when selling your home is you're getting accurate information. Like I said, if you really want results, you're going to have to you're going to want to pinpoint on what your home is actually worth and not take the gamble of underpricing it, but also not taking the gamble of overpricing it. Next reason, and really the most important reason in my eyes to use a real estate agent when selling your home, is the marketing. When you go for sale by owner, you're going to put it on Zillow, Redfin, Trulia, maybe 4 to 5 sites that are popular. And that's really where it stops. And then you're probably going to have a little sign in your front yard. But when you go with an agent, you're getting your home syndicated on thousands, dare I say tens of thousands of websites around the world. At least I know Long&Foster agents. When we post a home on the market, it actually goes to websites as far as China and several countries overseas. So as we know nowadays, we're in a global marketplace, especially in the Washington, D.C. area. We have a lot of foreign investment and things like that. So you're going to want as many eyeballs as possible on your property. And when you're going for sale by owner, like I said, you're probably getting on max, 4 or 5 sites because you're going to have to put it in each time. It's not syndicated like when you use an agent. The final reason you want to use an agent when selling is honesty. You need somebody sometimes to come into your home and tell you, hey, you need to fix this, you need to fix that. You might have been living there for 15 years. You get used to the hole in the wall. You get used to the vents, with a little bit of mold in them. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is, but you need an agent to come in and say, hey, we need to get that fixed. The final situation in which you would want to use a real estate agent is when you're renting. And there's 2 sides to renting as far as being the landlord and the tenant. I'll go through them briefly. When you're being the landlord, you want to rent out your property with an agent because you're going to get a better quality tenant. And the screening processes are a lot stricter when you're using an agent. There's actually minimum income requirements. It gets marketed to more people. Your home is getting syndicated to several thousands of websites, and not just a few. Can you put it on Craigslist? Can you put it on Facebook and get it rented? Absolutely. But a lot of the time, like I said, you're going to get a better quality tenant if you're using an agent. On the tenant side, it's a good idea because like when you're buying, it doesn't cost you anything. You may actually be able to find some deals on Craigslist that the agent won't have access to. Reason being, sometimes there's basements or things that aren't put on the MLS that agents don't have access to. So actually, in the case of renting, on the tenant side, I would say definitely contact an agent because it doesn't cost you anything and they'll give you options that maybe you didn't know were available. But it is the easiest one to do on your own because, like I said, there are several listings that are not available that the agent doesn't have access to. That maybe if you do some research on Craigslist, that you'll be able to find like a basement. I hope it gave you some good reasons about why you should be using a real estate agent when you're in any of these situations. Really, anytime you need to make a move. At least consult one. If you're considering going for sale by owner or doing things on your own, at least figure out your options. When it comes to the sale or purchase of likely the most valuable asset you own, you're going to want to do your due diligence. You're going to want to get a professional. Make sure that you're working with someone that you're truly comfortable with. I hope this video helped clarify a few things as far as the value that real estate agents provide. Again, this is a short video, so I really can't go through everything. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me anytime.